Good morning, students. Welcome to SST So Simple tutorial. In the previous class, we read what is globalization and the factors that enabled globalization. Today, we will read the impact of globalization in India. Since 1991, enough time has passed. Globalization of the Indian economy has come a long way. Let us see its impact on the lives of people. First of all, Indian consumers, particularly from urban areas, have benefited a great deal from globalization. They have a whole range of choice of goods available to them that have been produced in different countries at lower prices. So, their living standards have also improved now. If I ask you to suggest a mobile phone for me, you can spontaneously suggest me at least 5 different brands. Doors for investment have been opened up for MNCs. They have been investing large sums of money in India. They have shown interest in consumer goods like mobiles, automobiles, electronics, fast food or services such as banking in urban areas, since there is a large number of well-off urban buyers for these products. Local companies who supply raw materials to these industries have also gained. Several of the top Indian companies have also benefited from the competition. Indian companies who invested in newer technology and production methods have also raised their production standards. Many Indian companies like Tata Motors, Infosys, Ranbaxy, etc. have themselves emerged as MNCs. That means prior to globalization, they used to produce or do business in India only. Now they are spreading their operations worldwide. New markets and opportunities have opened up for many industries, particularly IT industry. In addition to services like data entry, accounting, administrative tasks, engineering are also being done cheaply in countries like India and exported to developed countries. So these examples that we discuss right now, be it the case from consumers' point of view or local companies supplying raw materials to the MNCs or Indian companies becoming MNCs, etc., 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 it looks like everything is good. It gives us a feeling that there are only positive outcomes of globalization. But this is not so. There has been losers also. Let us see this other side of the coin. For a large number of small producers and workers, globalization has posed major challenges. These small producers could not face the MNCs. So let us see the case of Raju given in page 68 of your textbook. Raju is a small producer. He took loan from bank and starts his own company to produce capacitors in 1992 in Hosur. Within 3 years, he expanded his production and as a result, he had to employ 20 workers to work under him. That means with that small company, not only he was earning his bread, but he was also able to give employment to 20 others. His main clients were TV companies who bought capacitors in bulk from him. Raju's problem started when the government removed restrictions on imports of capacitors. Indian TV companies could not face competition from the MNCs, so they started assembling TV sets for the MNCs. Some of the TV companies, even if they needed capacitors, they preferred to import, as the price of the imported one was half the price charged by people like Ravi. Ravi now produces less than half the capacitors that he produced in the year 2000 and has only 7 workers working for him. Batteries, capacitors, toys are some example of small manufacturers who have been hard hit due to competition. Today you will not find any toy factory in India. All the toys are coming from China. Several of these units have shut down. Recently, you must have seen on TV under the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, Toy Kathon has been inaugurated in our country. to encourage innovative minds for production of toys in India. Globalization and the pressure of competition has substantially changed the lives of the workers. Most employers these days prefer to employ workers flexibly. That means workers' jobs are no longer secure. To understand this, let us see the case of Sushila in page number 69. Sushila was employed as a permanent worker in a garment export industry in Delhi. She was entitled to health insurance, provident fund, overtime at a double rate, etc., etc., etc. Her factory closed in late 1990s. After searching a job for 6 months, she gets a job 30 kilometers from her house. She is a temporary worker there and earns less than half that she earned earlier. She works all the 7 days. She gets no benefits that she got earlier. She leaves her house every morning at 7:30 and comes back at 10 p.m. night. So workers also have to work for very long hours and work night shifts on a regular basis during the peak seasons. Wages are low and workers are forced to work overtime to make both ends meet. These examples, students, will help you understand the impact of globalization on small producers and workers. So, if you are asked the positive impact of globalization, you can explain the previous examples. And if you are asked the negative impact, you will explain these examples of small producers and workers. That is, the examples of Raju and Sushila. In recent years, the government, both at the state and central, are trying to attract foreign companies to invest in India. Industrial zones called SEZ, Special Economic Zones, are being set up. They have world-class facilities: electricity, water, roads, storage, recreational facilities. Companies who set up production units in the SEZs do not have to pay taxes for the initial period of 5 years. Government has allowed flexibility in labor laws to attract foreign investment. Instead of hiring workers on a regular basis, companies hire workers for short periods when there is intense pressure of work. So, this is also not good from the workers' point of view. Thus, from the points discussed so far, we can say that not everyone has benefited from globalization. We want globalization to be more fair. That means the globalization that would create opportunity for all and also ensure that the benefits of globalization are shared in a better way. In this, government can play a major role. Its policies should protect not only the rich and powerful but also all the people of our country. The government can ensure that the labor laws are properly implemented and the workers get their rights. It can support small producers to improve their performance till they become strong enough to compete. If necessary, government can use trade and investment barrier. It can negotiate with the WTO for fairer rules. It can also align with other developing countries with similar interests to fight against the domination of developed countries in the WTO. Let us now see the questions from the topic discussed today. Question number 1. How do you feel the impact of globalization in your daily life? Explain with examples. This has come as 5-mark question in 2018. Describe the impact of globalization on Indian economy with examples. This has come as 5-mark questions in 2016. Describe the steps taken by the central and state government to attract foreign investment in India. This has come in 2019. How can government play a major role in making globalization fair? How would flexibility in labor laws help companies? Thus, we finished the topic planned for today. We also finished the lesson Globalization and the Indian economy. In the next class, we will meet with a new lesson, Outcomes of Democracy. Till then, have a nice time. Thank you.